I was made a point man, and I jumped over a wall to make entry to the home, and it just so happened it was bad timing. But there was the mother of the house was pregnant, and she was downstairs drinking milk, and she saw me and started screaming in Arabic, "Get the AK! Get the AK!" And her husband came out, um, had no idea who we were, and started shooting at us, and so I had to shoot back. And so I go into like stories like that. I go into like more detail. Um, so it's a combination of like my childhood um, experiences like that, like what I felt while going through it, and then also and then writing it, having to re-experience it as a father. Because like when I had kids, that's like my PTSD got the worst because I started like reliving all this stuff now as a father. And I started asking myself like, holy shit, like what would happen if someone did that to me? Like what if like a bunch of special forces came to my house in the middle of the night with my kids? Like what are those families doing now?
Mm.
And I goes into like how having kids like really affected me. That's when my PTSD came out the worst. When I had kids, I started hearing my kids cry, and I was like thinking a lot of times when we did sniper operations, there was a lot of kids crying, and now I'm like reliving like what the fuck are those kids doing now? Like, do they hate America? Do they like America? Um, so yeah, so the flow of the book is just what I experienced, how I experienced it at the time, and sort of how I experience it now, and how I deal with it now, and how I reframe it to like find my own, like reinvent my own morality. Because if I try to evaluate all this stuff with a traditional morality, like I can't see myself anything but evil of what I did. But I don't think I'm evil now, but um, yeah, tackling with morality, a lot of it, and emotions, and being a father, and dealing with all that stuff.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, once you look back and you can see yourself from a different lens. Like now you're more mature and you're older, and it's kind of like I see you. I see yourself asking the same question. I do it myself. I went to Iraq and I see kids and I gave him candy or whatever. And sometimes I'm just thinking, what that little kid doing now? And he's still alive or stuff like that go through my mind sometimes, but not as vivid as yours because you got more spirits like kicking doors down and interaction with people. Mine, when I went to Iraq, it just my interaction with people were very seldom. I mean, rarely we just talk to people.